Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to a Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. This is the We Play It Forward Foundation Spotlight, a segment that shines a light on purpose-driven partnerships and the power of giving back. And today, we're zooming in on an issue that affects over 6.9 million Americans over the age of 65. Alzheimer's disease, the most common form of dementia. With numbers expected to double by the year 2060, the emotional and financial toll on families, caregivers, and the healthcare system is really staggering. Yet amid this crisis, hope lives in the hands of those who show up, fund the light, and care deeply. Joining us today are two such change makers. First, we have Bruce Weinstein. He's the co-founder and partner at IPA 18 LLC and Qantas Advisors. With over 33 years of experience in executive benefits, Bruce is the architect of the consumption model, delivering platinum-level benefits at bronze pricing, and a very proud partner in philanthropy through the We Play It Forward Foundation. And sitting alongside him is Stuart Almer, President and CEO of Gerwin Healthcare Systems, one of the 5 incredible beneficiaries of this year's fundraising happening August 21st at the Muttontown Club. With decades of healthcare leadership and a seat on some of New York's most influential aging services boards, Stuart is a champion for compassionate elder care. Today, we're chatting a legacy of care and how Gerwin Healthcare and We Play It Forward are changing the future of Alzheimer's. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Zen.
Thank you.
All right. So, Bruce, We Play It Forward isn't just a name. We have come to find out it's a true movement. Over the last couple of weeks, things have expanded from golf tournaments to corporate partnerships. Your foundation brings together fun, philanthropy, and truly real impact. So what inspired the launch of the We Play It Forward Foundation, and how does the mission reflect the values that we have guided, specifically the values that have guided your basically 33-year career?
So Zen, We Play It Forward was born from a combination of a personal loss and you said it, decades of experience in the benefits and insurance space. We saw a need to build something that blended strategy, service, joy, where people could connect and give back, making real impact, not just checking a box.
Well, Bruce, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a powerful reminder, and I don't say this lightly, that impact starts with intention. And when you couple community with cause, that's where you see real change happen. And that's exactly what you've gone out to do with this foundation, which brings me full circle to you, Stuart. I mean, Gurwin Healthcare System is renowned for more than just its long-term care. It's a multi-campus network offering incredibly skilled nursing, which I think is very important to highlight, memory care, rehab, and even home health services. What you've built is truly fantastic. Can you walk us through how Gurwin is uniquely positioned to actually serve the aging population, especially those battling Alzheimer's and dementia?
Thank you, Zen. The history of Gurwin now spans more than 35 years. We've worked very hard to provide a full continuum of care for the community. As we all know, individuals are aging and aging quite rapidly. We also know that in skilled nursing facilities, the average percent of individuals with Alzheimer's or dementia is now about 60%. So we all need to work very hard and prepare for the current population and really what's coming ahead. We are now what's known as a life plan community. We have a special New York State designation. It's a unique concept in New York that allows individuals as they age to buy into our system. And as they need any programs and services, they can graduate into those programs. So it's truly a full continuum of care for those who are aging.
Bruce, I'm going to pivot to you. Fundraising for Alzheimer's research and care isn't just about science. I've come to realize this. It's about dignity, it's about legacy, and supporting those unsung heroes, the caregivers and families. So why was Alzheimer's chosen as a focal point for this year's fundraiser? And how are the proceeds from the August 21st event directly impacting partner organizations like Gurwin?
So Zen, there are so many wonderful organizational buckets out there for philanthropists, charities, things of that nature. Alzheimer's was sort of a personal issue. It touched our family as it has members of the board. And what we wanted to do was to focus into this initiative this year, benefiting organizations like Gurwin, AFA, Alzheimer's Association, a couple of the local Mid-Island and Suffolk Ys. Their support and their service for the families and what we consider to be the heroes, because it's not just the participant that's impacted, it's the entire family, it's the community, it's the employer it's the lights are on and nobody's home. It's heartfelt.
Yeah.
And we really wanted to make impact into this particular area.
It's so encouraging to know that these dollars aren't just raised, but that they're rooted right back to the communities that need the most. And that transparency, Bruce, is truly everything. And this is why this is a huge success already. Now, we're living in what experts call a silver tsunami, with nearly 10,000 Americans turning 65 every day. The demand for long-term and memory care is only growing, and it's pivotal that we make a move. So we're beautifully positioned right here. How is Gurwin adapting to meet the rising needs of this population? And what innovations or programs, Stuart, are you most excited about in the coming year?
So we made the investment some years ago to develop dedicated memory care units, basically programs that will keep individuals who have Alzheimer's or dementia, to keep them safe and secure with the proper programming, the appropriate physical cueing, all of the resources, the proper staff and training, so that they're getting the services that they need and deserve. We also know that engagement, social engagement with others, makes a huge difference in their care and their ability to thrive. So once they come and they cross our threshold, the family members can come and enjoy the visits with their family. They may have limited time left with their family, and it should be a good, positive experience for them.
I get goosebumps because I can only envision the amount of trust that it takes to drop off an elderly person in your home, because that's essentially what you're doing when they don't have a memory of where their home is, begins or ends. Bruce, I'm going to pivot back to you. You're not just a leader in business. You're also a father of 5. Oh, gosh. A CrossFit junkie, dear Lord, and someone who lives a high-performance life. Now, how has your personal philosophy on health and balance and community influenced the way you approach philanthropy and business leadership?
You know, Zen, I've been accused of having one gear. I believe in ownership, intentionality. We're responsible for our body, our choices, our time. And yes, I train, I track, I stay intentional. That discipline sort of has shaped the direction of the name that we selected, which is We Play It Forward. To be in service is the gift.
Yeah.
To receive sounds nice, but giving and pushing and trying to create a better opportunity for those in need, the reward is just spectacular. And if we can push that intentionality through this and have the impact, the goal is to really touch as many lives as possible and scale this.
Well, Bruce, you lead by example, and it's that blend of heart and hustle that truly inspires those around you. You're doing a great job. Now, Stuart, when people think of elder care, they often forget how deeply personal and emotional this work really is for both staff and families. I mean, it goes beyond just what we're talking about here. What's a story or moment from Gurwin that stayed with you, one that reflects the heart of your mission?
We developed something very special just a couple of years ago called an Immersion room. The Immersion room is a virtual reality experience in a dedicated room in a beautiful area surrounding it that is to present the most calming and serene setting for individuals who might be agitated, who may have memory loss, who may be frustrated. So this provides a calming experience. It's like a throwback. If we know that you were a Yankee fan or a Met fan or went to Ebbets Field for baseball games or the Bronx Zoo, we now can relive those experiences in a virtual reality experience.
Wow.
There's a lot of sensory applications as part of it, smell and hearing. One of my favorites is the roller coaster ride, because you really feel like you're on the roller coaster.
This is craziness.
We have the wheel, the car. I've driven the car.
I love this.
I've driven the car. I've crashed it because I've had to see how fast I can go. But what's really the most amazing part of the experience, to get to your question, is that when we see the family members with their loved one in this room observing their loved one and seeing them smile when they're in the Italian restaurant that they grew up going to as a child, or in the middle of the summer, but we're in a snowstorm and they love the snow.
Yeah.
And then when you see the family react, it's very emotional.
Wow. Good job. Like this interview is getting better by the minute. Bruce, with many fundraisers feeling, I guess, for lack of better words, performative these days, credibility and authenticity are key, right? So what sets the We Play It Forward Foundation apart from other fundraising initiatives? And why would our listeners feel confident that their donations truly matter?
You know, that's a great question, Zen. And we've had the opportunity to go to, as attendees, other fundraisers, and it felt very robotic, very methodical, very planned. A couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to meet Stu, and I sort of got to know him. And what I met was an individual that was leaning into their mission. And we have 4 other what I refer to as partners, because yes, they're beneficiaries, but they're engaged in our mission.
Right.
We're not figureheads, we're doers. The board is very, very accountable, and we're very engaged in the success back to the beneficiaries. So our interests lie outside, not inside, in the spirit of Play It Forward. And I think that beneficiaries are going to have a different experience with us, as will sponsors. We don't want to just check the philanthropic box. We want our sponsors to have something in addition to a connection, an experience, an opportunity, a social moment, something that separates what we're doing from some of the other, hey, can you participate in our event? And the minute it's over, that experience is over. We're going to keep our social and our website live with anybody and everybody who's helped us achieve our goals, and push it out there so that maybe they get a win as well.
I love it. That's what we love to hear. Accountability, passion, and results. This is a trifecta of trusts. And the most important thing is you mentioned it. You keep it going after the event. You keep it going all year until you meet your benchmark for the following year. And by adding added value to your sponsors, your beneficiaries, and your supporters, like today, where we're not just spotlighting a beneficiary because we think they're amazing, like Gurwin, which they are amazing, but more importantly, highlighting the man behind the brand, which is Stuart. And that's what I love. I love that you brought your friend up here and that you said, Zen, this is an incredible facility, and this is our beneficiary, and we want the whole world to know about them. And that's truly what makes a difference between fundraising and capping it at one night or keeping it going forevermore. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So you've done such a great job. Now, Stuart, as someone who advocates at the state and national level, you know how policy affects practice, right? So what changes or support do you hope to see from state or federal programs to better equip healthcare systems like Gurwin in the battle against Alzheimer's?
In order for us to do all of the things that I described earlier, programs, services, units, etc., it takes significant funding. We could easily argue as an industry that we've been underfunded for decades, and we're still trying to do all of these positive things to take care of people. We're in the taking care of people business. So we're concerned because right now there are potential looming Medicaid cuts that could be significant for all of us. It could change the way in which we do things, and we lobby hard against that. I am immediate past chair of our state association, Leading Age New York. I'm very involved with advocacy because I don't want to see things erode. We're working so hard to do things that matter for human beings, and that's why I'm especially grateful to Bruce and We Play It Forward to involve us and invite us into your space to help make things better for individuals with Alzheimer's and dementia and others. You know, things just don't happen without support, without grants, without generous organizations, without lobbying very hard for the funding that we need. So again, thank you so much.
Well said. Well said. You put it perfectly. Policy has to catch up to reality. That's why you're on the front lines, because you can't let it, quote unquote, erode. And leaders like you are helping push that change forward. So you got to stay on point and keep doing what you're doing, Stuart, because we need change makers like you. And that brings us at the full end of our date. My friends, Bruce and Stuart, thank you so much for coming on. I could spend another 30 minutes talking to you, but we are at the end of this date. Thank you for coming on and sharing incredible insight and transparency into how you do things. It was truly my honor.
Thank you so much, Zen.
Thank you, Zen.
To our listeners, We Play It Forward Foundation fundraiser is happening August 21st at the Muttontown Club. Your presence, your participation, and your donation directly support Alzheimer's research, frontline caregivers, and facilities like Gerwin Healthcare. You can learn more and get involved by visiting WePlayItForwardFoundation.org. And don't forget, you can check out Gurwin directly on their website at Gurwin.org, and you can check them out all over social media at Gerwin Healthcare System. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by the We Play It Forward Foundation. Tee off and give back at their annual golf outing August 21st at the Muttontown Club to fuel hope in the fight against Alzheimer's. Enjoy 18 holes, food and drink, a silent auction, raffles, and more. Head to WePlayItForwardFoundation.org to learn more. Register and donate.